Hi there. Hi there. I've let the opening play because I love the theme song. We're back in Live Alive. When I ended the last time, I had just gotten past that puzzle with the cogs. As of now, I'm actually not totally sure whether I prefer this OSC or the original one from the Super Nintendo. Everything here sounds great so far, but I feel the Super Nintendo release of this game had some grit to the music that's missing here. I think you can feel that especially in the opening theme and the main boss fight theme. Yeah, we got a new party member. Where do you see his abilities? You haven't used him too much yet. It's not how the game doesn't display the character's name anywhere on the menu. I think it doesn't. Oh, here. We don't know what it's called, the game just calls him the prisoner. I guess we'll find that out later. He's only got 3 moves to start out. His 2 first attacks are actually both gunshots and only this one is a sword slash. Stat-wise, he's actually got higher attack than Oboro overall. I don't remember the score there. It's interesting how there was a very brief period in history, that's when this chapter takes place, where it was actually viable to have both a sword and a gun with you. And we haven't seen this before. Oh yeah, I figured that the wooden stumps are weak to fire. I still can't get out yet. And this is how overpowering works. You kill the main enemy, everything else shuts down. Because that was a machine, that's not gonna count as a kill. Oh, this one is gonna ask me for the password, but I don't remember what it was last time. I'll have to take a guess. Is it river? Well, wrong choice. So unfortunately this one is gonna have to die. That's the main issue with the password changing every in-game hour. If you save and leave for some time and come back a week later like I'm doing, you will probably forget it. So I'll say first, but there's one thing I should show about to these mates. In particular, the ones that are dressed in purple. They are not like the rest of them. If you start a fight, you'll find out that they're actually a kunoichi. That's a female ninja. But I think I can and I will run away from this one. And that's just an harmless minister. I'll try to refrain from killing people I don't need to from this point on. Night Cerberus Cider. If you are serious about always getting the password right, you'd have to take a note every time you leave the game. Oh, now it's river. Yeah, for the most part, ninjas or shinobi, I should say, were all about not being noticed, so this depiction you're seeing right now is really not accurate. If Oboro was a realistic ninja, he would just look exactly like the people in the castle, and he wouldn't be doing any of this. Right now I'm trying to find a boss, but I don't know by heart how you get to him. I thought I'd find him right after the cock puzzle, but that was incorrect. Oh, I didn't open this before. Must have been Goemon who refilled it. The orange marker is telling me to go right, but there is no way to do it right now. This will trigger not another robot, it says the same one. That doesn't deal as much damage, I really have to use the fire spell. And another disadvantage to avoiding kill enemies is it's harder to tell where you have been before. Because if the rooms are empty of people you know you've been there. I should be trying out some of the new skills I've been learning. This one's called Wind Slash. And it should be a stronger projectile than the Shuriken. What is this? I remember this monster and I not... If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's better not to kill her. It's either this or it's a monster that looks a lot like this one, but if you kill her, she actually starts to appear again in a lot of different rooms and I don't think she ever goes away. It just becomes a permanent annoyance for you. I'm just going in circles again, I think. I know I have to get up the castle to finish this chapter. This is back at the prison. And just trying to go after the orange marker isn't working that well. I'm still way down on it. This is where the mate that kept running in circles was at. Like, this should probably not involve ever going downstairs to get there. Going further up is good. The floor here should be falling. I don't know why it... Oh, never mind. I just had to approach it. No, is this actually helping me get higher or is I'm just going back again? A third floor, that's a good sign. This is the minister that tallies your kills. Speaking of it, I've been having the thought that I would like to later stream a pacifist run of this chapter. I don't know when I'll do it, if it's just after beating the main game or if I leave it for later in the future. But I'd like to do it at some point. How many rope do I have? I think it's about time I start using it. Oh, great, that's plenty. And I've been through the cockpose already. Fourth floor. You can live in there. Now this is going down again. Let's go. Dust, have I used this before? Yes, to charge it up. Oh, and cripple the legs on that one on the upper right. Yeah, Oboro has always been my favorite main character in this game, not just the character itself, but his moveset as well. And his skills look amazing in the remake. Why not? Not suspicious at all.
ではいざちぎらん。騙されちゃいかんぜよ。俺に娘がおるなど聞いたこともないがじゃ。
It's totally possible by a samurai, a cowboy, and a British gentleman to meet in a bar. You mentioned that the next chapter is actually gonna be about a cowboy.
愚かな殿方たち、素直にわらわの申し出を受け入れておればよいもの。
We're fighting a boss of sorts now. Yodogimi, when I first played this, I had no clue she's a real historical figure. That's another one we're meeting. And fun fact, if you don't have the prisoner with you and you say yes when she proposes to you, you actually quote-unquote marry and it's a game over because she steals your soul or something like that. I guess we are over level for this part. Again, no addition to the kill tally because she was undead already. I'm guessing another trap enemy is gonna show up if I step on that pillar. Let's see. Not this time. Almost feels as if I'm... exactly what I was gonna say. I felt like I was coming to this room from the wrong way. And when you try to go back, this happens. That's why. Now we've seen what happens if you step into the cushion. I'm sure you have. I'm not really thirsty right now, so I'll skip the two. It's that the kill tally only applies to living humans, so ghosts don't count, and animals, with I think there's a couple of enemies like that here, also don't count towards the kill tally.
Go to heavenのプレゼンツにしかと拝むでごじゃる。
And this was the boss I said I was looking for. And by what I've just seen, it looks like you could actually skip him, which I didn't know. I thought that just by going up the castle, you'd eventually find him and would have to battle him. Oh, I didn't recall this blowing up. Now try to have him only attack the prisoners so Oboro doesn't run the risk of dying. I didn't think this would deal more damage than the butterflies.
いい加減にしとけや。このバディはまだ見る。許し通せ。
And we've dropped a key item named the mainspring, which is what I was after. And I believe that while you can just kill the main boss and his minions would disperse if you did, you have to kill the minions to drop this item, which will come up if I can find the place where you use it, which I don't think is gonna be very easy. He's dead, and he was a machine, so no kill tally for this eater. Oh, found it already, never mind. I thought I'd have to keep looking for this. So there's this room, and if you're playing this game fully blind and never looking up a guide or anything, I doubt to be able to find about this on your own. But there's this hole on the wall. We've been collecting this item called Koban, and we have to insert it here. One more. There's this mechanical sound, and now you stop giving it coins. I think if you give it even one more, it just goes back to normal. Oh, never mind, the hole has vanished. You don't have the option of giving it more money. I don't think this was in the original. Anyway, now we head down again. And it's a totally different room now. Now we get that key item we just dropped and put it into this stall. Meet what is he calling the localization? The Mimic Mammoth. And right now he's an enemy. And you get a new party member out of this. So the Mimic Mammoth is a secret party member. It's not mandatory to finish the story. And you hardly ever find this on your first time around if you're not looking up a walkthrough. And you might think, well, this didn't look that hard to find, but especially in the original, where you had less fail safes for this and items didn't have descriptions to hint you as to what they do. You would have to figure out that first you can use the Koban for this. You have to give it exactly 3 to that hole in the wall. And you have to drop that item from the boss, which you won't necessarily will. It really, to me, it's really hard to figure this out on your own. He's level 2, but he actually has surprisingly high stats out of the box. At least his physical attack and defense are really high. Can't say the same about his special stats though. And without almost any equipment on. Now I will save it. I have to check if this is still on the remake, but I wanted to show what will realistically happen the first time you get the Mimic Mammoth. Or Karakorimaru, that's his original name. This. A trap appears right in the middle of the room, you fall down, and what happens? If the mammoth falls down a pit, he is destroyed, and you lose him permanently, so you cannot fall into any pitfall traps anymore. And the hole appears again, so you also had to have at least 4 Koban because you need to insert 1 more to actually leave the room. If you only had 3 and you spent then now to enter the room, you would have to fall down that pit to leave, and you'd lose the mammoth. Now it's back to normal. So having this party member is actually pretty instrumental if you want to do the optional bosses. But I've been thinking about this and I think I'm not gonna do it now. I think I'll do just like I did with the prehistory chapter and leave that to go after we clear the main game. This is the only other chapter with an optional super boss, so you won't be postponing too much stuff. I had read the wiki page on this super boss and it advises you to be level 14 to take him on. We are still level 9. And I felt that if we had to level that much, it would take too much time. I think here there were supposed to be those robots, right? But because we killed that boss, they all despawned, I believe. We still have to find our way further up the castle. Oh, I've been here before. Oh, I forgot it again. Was it river? Nice. This is where Yodogimi was. And yeah, I just went on circles again. That's okay. No, we're still on the 4th floor. I have to find a different exit. There has to be a staircase of mist somewhere. It's probably not gonna be here. Oh, there. I wasn't expecting to get here this soon. And we've lost Sin again, so there's some stuff I should explain about this. I neglected to show off the Mimic Mamet's moveset, but starting out he has the same moves as Soboru, he just copies him. But if you level him enough, you start learning some unique moves of his own. At least I have a backup save here, that's good. We'll see him again whenever I come back to this chapter to do the super bosses. But what just happened here, and it's something the localization has removed from the script. The Mimic Mamet is supposed to be a cat boy of sorts. When we first activated him, you saw that line where it said he was chuckling. He was actually supposed to be making cat noises, like going nya 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 on you. And if you were to find a rat on the attics like we've seen before, and you had him in your party, he freaks out and you have to fight him to calm him down. So because there was a rat here, he saw it, he freaks out and he blows up those monks that were guarding the place. So this character is a robot, ninja, catboy, doppelganger. His 4 character concepts rolled into one. Too bad we didn't get to fight a single time with him. I forgot it was this late into the exploration that you found him. And I did save him. And we're close to ending the chapter. Why do they make him both difficult to get and keep? He's supposed to be a very well hidden secret. I just got him now because I knew about him beforehand. And he's actually essential if you want to do a pacifist run, because those 3 monks guarding this room were humans, that if we had fought and killed them, they would add to your death count. But because we had this event with the Mimic Mamet and he blew them up, it doesn't count as a kill for us. So the way to do a pacifist run is to get the Mamet and bring him here, so he kills these monks for you. Otherwise there is no way to end with 0 kills. Also, he's a very strong party member, especially as you level up to take on the super bosses. Which is another thing you're not expected to do in your first run of this game. And the Live Alive has plenty of very obscure secrets. I feel they just really wanted to sell strategy guides back in the day. I meant to slash at him, but that's gonna be enough. Speaking of secrets, I totally missed one in the main chapter. I just forgot to trying to find it in a handy chance. And not the super boss, it was another one.
だがそれもここまでじゃ。主のようなものにうってつけの男と手合わせさせてやろう。いでよ、武蔵。
Oh, he's not gonna fight us. He's just gonna send another minion.
Kenの腕で武蔵に勝る者などこの世におらぬわ。
Anyone remember having phone numbers for game tips? I remember a game I had on the DS that to get some secret stuff you had to message a phone number or something like that. Back when everyone didn't have a smartphone.
Shinobiか。よもや再び剣を交える相手と出会えるとはな。見事拙者を倒し、己が運命を変えてみよ。
There's one more ghostly historical figure. Miyamoto Musashi gets very often depicted as using two swords because he was famous for carrying two of them. But to my knowledge, he didn't actually dual wield his swords, he just had the one for different types of occasions. And he seems to be resistant to every elemental attack. Oh, I thought was gonna attack the prisoner. There's no point to getting out of his range. Okay, it's a bad idea to stay directly diagonal with him.
よくぞこの武蔵を倒した。閻魔人軍きっての忍びか。主の名、あの世でも忘れぬぞ。
Thanks. And we are almost at the end. It was quite a spike from the previous boss. We're almost at the very top. We are at the very top now, but for the moment there is nothing to see here. It does look very pretty, however. Have I mentioned that this might be my favorite menu UI on any game I've played so far? The Super Nintendo game already had a quite pretty menu because every chapter had a unique wallpaper. But the way this incorporates the place you're in and the characters have different emotes every time you open it, I think it's really cool. I think I have the best equipment I could. And not any more accessories to put on. I gave my other best armor to Mimic Vamp thinking I lost him. Oh, right. Did I help you? That's an odd gift. But what you do now is stay still for some time, and something else will happen. There is another secret you'll definitely not know without a guide. Anyway, I was confused about what she said because I'm pretty sure this is a censored line in the remake. This cutscene just only happens if you make it to the top floor without killing any women among the inhabitants of the castle. And I'm pretty sure she said something about that you didn't kill any women, as thanks for that, take this. And it's a very good accessory. That's why I didn't even kill that Kunoichi before. Also, thank you for the hydration order. I'll do that in a moment. Hi there. Yeah, speaking of that, one reason why I enabled this hydration reading is that I realized that as I speak too much without drinking water, my voice gets worse with time, but I don't always notice that. So if you do notice it, you can tell me to hydrate.
貴様ら、ここまで来たということは、あの武蔵を倒したということか。ネズミ風情めが。 こそこそと我が居城を這いずり回りよってかくなる上はこの私自ら貴様らの相手をしてくれる。私も腕には覚えがある。おめおめと貴様らのようなネズミごときにやられたりせぬわ。
You may have heard... Oh, Ragnarok. I was gonna say, you may have heard that from Fate, where Miyamoto Musashi is depicted as a woman.
楽しませてくれ。
Oh, what's that?
答え回るな。
やりよそらそら。
It doesn't look like he's fighting it out of his gun. Maybe that's foreshadowing for something.
さすが武蔵をやった腕のおお、ここまでとはな。
And very realistically, Lord Ode is actually a pushover in a fight. It's not like the Lord of the Castle is the strongest person in there.
面白い。こんな狭いところではつまらぬ。表で思いっきり相手をしてやるわ。参れ。
You can't even get up to where he was standing, so there's nothing to loot in here. Come on, prisoner.
しかと見るがよい。これからの日の本を治める気高き私の姿を。ぐっぐっゲコゲコ。
Final boss time. If you were wondering about that weird poison attack he had, it's a frog snake demon. I feel that the warning shot is making his turn lasts longer to activate, so he's not getting to move.
どうだ よけんと危ないぜよ
He was easier than Musashi to beat.
いい加減にしちょけや。御社一人の欲のために人であることもやめてしまうようなやつにこの日の本が収められてたまるかよ。
Thanks, because of how open-ended this chapter is, the difficulty on this boss is gonna change up a lot, depending on what you do.
おうおう、随分と派手にやりゆうにゃ。そこまでせんでもわしは無事やに。あ、わしかよ。
Yeah, you didn't tell us your name yet.
日本人坂本龍馬じゃ。
And there's the fifth and last historical figure you meet.
黒船はわしの仲間じゃきに。
You may have seen this name come up in one anime or another as well.
そんなちんまいことで争い言う場合じゃないがぜよ。ちんまいにゃ。ほんまにちんまいぜよ、人間は。けんどわしらは同志たち人間じゃき、それは変えれん。けんどこれからの日の本はどれっぱでも変えれるとわしは信じちゅうぜよ。けんどもったいないにゃ。恩師のようなやつが忍びをやりゆうがは。
There was one RPG I played in the past that also had him as a character and some other historical figures.
どうじゃ。
面白い。
おお、そうか。そういたら今宵はあの黒船の連中と祝いの宴じゃ。夜が明けるか。この日の本もいつかは素晴らしい夜明けを迎えられるとわしは信じちゅうぜよ。
That's my favorite chapter over with. When I started it, I had predicted I would get lost in the castle at some point, and I was right. It just took some time. The remake definitely makes it easier with having a map and some other hints for you. In my first time in this Super Nintendo version, I really was just going through every door I found until I got somewhere. And I think the kill time in this is a very interesting aspect because especially at the time it's not a pacifist option, it's not something you see very often in RPGs. But if you know what you're doing, you can get through this and get stronger just by looting equipment and farming the ghosts. Find the Mimic Mammoth and get to the top without killing anybody. You will get a special item field. Really, I feel like the structure of this chapter could make for a roguelike game. Like you have the castor, want that to be generated from a seed that decides what NPCs, bosses, items, and whatever you find. And you either explore it and kill enemies to get as strong as possible, or you try to go pacifist.
円満人軍きっての忍びお手城において坂本龍馬を救出する
That sounds so more than I would have liked, but it's still less than half at least. This chapter's icon shows up on the far on the right, so these are not in chronological order like I thought before. I was confused as to there being a gap between prehistory and the Kung Fu chapter, because I'm still sure that this chapter takes place after the one in Imperial China. Because this chapter is the one that had guns and robots on it. On the other hand, the prehistory chapter had cars on it, so I don't know. Technological development is all over the place in this timeline. Oboro ends at level 9, so he's actually lower than Lee in the Pogo. I thought it'd be a bit over that. And yes, this is what's up next. I'll take a short break and then I'll start the cowboy chapter. I'll see you in a minute. Hi there. I've realized that I really should have been reading the synopsis out loud. And because I didn't do it for the past 3 chapters, I thought I just couldn't do it for the rest of the game, but I guess it's better to start late than never. So, the American frontier is a place of foolish dreams and dashed hopes. A tired soul rides into a dying town terrorized by outlaws. Success, they call it, though to look at it now, none can imagine why. Against a gang of villains, a lone gunslinger stands no chance. But perhaps by working together with locals to prepare traps before the crazy bunch arrives, one man may yet make a difference. Bang.
やあ、保安官。
マスター、こいつを貼っといてくれ。
新しい手配書かい？やれやれ。奴らだけでも物騒なのに。キットか。
よう、しばらくだな。そんな顔するんじゃねえよ。今日こそあんたの逃亡生活にピリオド打ってやろうってんだ。感謝されて叱るべきだと思うんだがね。抜きな。この賞金稼ぎマッドドッグ様ともあろうものが丸腰のやつをやっちまうわけにはいかない。これで何度目かな、あんたとやり合うのは。今じゃ恋人同士のような気さえするぜ。だがそれも今日までだ。 バカにしやがって。なぜいつも俺をやらねえ。待ちやがれ。てめえ、俺様の愛馬ゴールドの手綱を打ちやがったな。待て。
待ちか。どうした？妙な町だな。人気がない。
Señora Museo! バカ！
いらっしゃい。何をお飲みで？それともお食事ですかな？お代はもちろん結構ですよ。
おら！
マスター、いつもので。おう？兄ちゃん、見ねえ面だな。
そこは俺の指定席なんだがな。どけっつってんだよ。
やめて。そこはあんたの指定席なんかじゃないわ。金を払わない客なんかこっちから願い下げよ。
待ってたぜ、兄ちゃんよ。
あ、兄。
やめろって。
うるさいね。なんだいあんたら。その腰に下げてんのはおもちゃかい？ウェイ、ジェンマ、クリント、セザール。立派なのは名前だけかい？
兄。お前はいい女だ。気の強いとこも実に俺好みだ。どうだ、俺の女にならねえか？
ふざけんじゃないよ。
てめえ、男の顔に手を挙げたな。下手に出たら突き上がりやがった。
やめろー！ビリー。
おお、臆病保安官の息子にしちゃ上出来だ。けどな、ガキが口挟むことじゃねえんだよ。おっと、すまねえな兄ちゃん。ガキのしたことだ。許してやってくれ。お詫びに一杯おごるぜ。マスター、ミルクだ。それ、てめえみてえな腰抜けにそいつが似合いだぜ。おお、いい飲みっぷりだ。マスター、おかわりだ。それ、てめえみてえな腰抜けにそいつが似合いだぜ。お？俺のおごりが飲めねえってのか？気のせいかミルクが戻ってきた気がするんだよな。いかんな、二日酔いだな。なんせここの酒は安もんばっかだからな。それともミルクはママのおっぱいからじゃねえと気に入らねえか？
消えろ。
何？そんなに死にてえか！
あんたクレイジーバンチの一味じゃなかったのか。
すげえや。あのパイクがまるで子供扱いだわ。
このおじちゃんならきっと。
何事だね。
保安官、この旅の方が。
なんだよ。今頃何しに来たんだよ。パパなんか臆病者だ。
ビリー、分かってくれ。今歯向かっても奴らの怒りを買うだけだ。
けど何もしないんじゃ。ずっとこのままよ。
兄。
兄様黙ってて。兄さんも保安官も。
Yeah, I just noticed my mic was actually turned off, so if you saw me speaking but didn't hear me just a little ago, that might have been why.
勇気があるのはこんな小さなビリーだけなんて。
だが保安官、この旅の方がいれば。
あいにくそいつはそんな立派なやつじゃねえぜ。そいつの名を聞いたら驚くぜ。教えてやろうか。そいつの名はキッド。
Nobody's noticed that in the main the poster.
キッドだ。
そういえばこの手配書の。
その首にかけられた賞金は5000ドル。そいつをいただくのがこの賞金稼ぎ。マッドドッグ様よ。
嘘だ。
残念だが俺は嘘はつかねえ。
嘘だよね、おじちゃん。
嘘じゃない。
嘘だ。
さすがのキッドもガキにはお手上げか。てめえのおかげでゴールドには逃げられちまうし、今度こそケリをつけさせてもらうぜ。表に出ろ。
決闘だ。決闘だ。
逃げるなよ。
And do we regain control? Yeah, it took you long enough to realize. Wanted, dead or alive, the Sundown Kid $5,000, which in today's money is gonna be a lot more than that. Oh, fun fact about those three: if you play with the English dub on, they actually speak Spanish in the voice acting. That's why sometimes their lines will have like parentheses. Is that what I say it in English? It's because in the dub you hear their voices in Spanish. I've seen the dub for this chapter get praised a lot, but... And if you're curious, you can look up an English playthrough of it on YouTube, but this also is definitely one where the script had the more changes in the localization from the Japanese original. And I'm afraid it's not even the worst example of this we'll find in this game.
なんだよその顔は。そうか。俺たちの関係もこれで終わりかと思うと寂しいか。わかるぜその気持ち。だがいい加減ケリをつけようぜ。背中合わせに歩き、5つ数えたら振り返って勝負だ。
Shouldn't there be like an intermediator to count the steps?
1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、5つ。
こいつはクレイジーパンチ。あの二人。
And I thought we'd just have another battle with Mad Dog. I actually forgot about this.
つまらねえ邪魔が入っちまったな。
すげえ2人とも。
この2人が組めばクレイジーバンチだって。
Around 99,000.
クレイジーバンチのやつらを倒してくれないかい。
仕方ねえな。女に頼まれちゃ断れねえ。けど残念だが勝負はしばらくお預けだ。クレイジーバンチのやつらを片付けるまではな。
At least 15.
結構な数なんだろう。まともにやり合っても勝ち目はねえ。俺は無駄死にはごめんだぜ。まずは奴らについて聞かなきゃよ。
Oh deal. That's our main villain for this time.
beginning 思わぬことに巻き込まれちまった逃げ出そうぜここはデンジャーだ
そうか 打ち合いの前に敵の数を減らしゃいいんだ。奴らが来る前に町のあちこちに罠を仕掛けるんだ。決まりだな。けどよ、ここはてめえらの町だ。俺たちだけに頼ろうなんざ虫が良すぎやしねえか。
私はやるよ。
僕だって。
やってみるか。
そうさね。
お前。
黙ってたってあいつらにいいようにされるだけじゃないか。だったらやってみようじゃないの。
しかしお前。そうだ。
もう泣き寝入りはごめんだぜ。な、セザール。
そうだとも。
ここはやっぱり私らも。
アミーゴのため戦う
上出来だ。さて、あんたはどうする？保安官さん。
ピリ。
このバッジおじちゃんがつけてよ。パパなんかこのバッジをつける資格ないんだ。
私は今まで下手に逆らい町が危険に侵されるのを恐れていた。だが危険を冒さねば勝ち取れぬ未来もある。きっと。いや、名も知らぬ旅の人。そのバッジはあなたが持っていてくれ。この戦いが終わって私が保安官の資格を取り戻すまで。
そうと決まったらこうしちゃいられねえ。罠の材料は俺とキッドで探す。お前らじゃ何が罠に使えるかわかんねえだろうからな。早速取っかかろうぜ。材料探しに手間取っちゃ仕掛ける時間もなくなっちまう。おっと、用心のためだ。まずはセーブしといた方がいいぜ。
Oh, save the memory. What could he mean by that? But yeah, now the chapter starts properly. There's a clock up there. You have some limited real time to find and set up traps for the crazy bunch. Also, Mad Dog has joined the party. Now we're giving a lap around the town and picking up every item we can find. And if the game is gonna have every item containing a sparkle like that, it's gonna be a lot easier than in the original. As I'm sure there's gonna be some behind the walls or behind the buildings and stuff. Yeah, so it seems like the stuff that doesn't shine has nothing to pick up. Like I was trying to open that drawer over there. Yeah, back then you just to rub against every object and try to interact with everything. Which wasn't that difficult, it's just what do you think you could have something inside. You go and check it. So I do one bell.
一つ目だ。
Sorry, I was a bit staggered by that item name. I thought it do like Dragon Quest and call it horse manure. But I guess the vocabulary makes more sense for a cowboy.
時間が少しかかるが作るか。
あ
あ。よし、こうやるんだぜ。できたぜ、火炎瓶だ。
Bottle fire. That's actually I'm sure that's supposed to be a Molotov cocktail. But that has been localized away. It's a consumable offensive item. Another room with nothing on it. I remember there's gonna be a room with an item that's hanging on the wall that's not very obvious that you can pick up. Yeah, this building is practically empty. That's strange. Unless I'm missing something. No, there's a frying pan. I might be wrong, but I think there was a gun you could pick up somewhere, maybe the sheriff's office.
オイルとは時間が少し。
So let's make another one.
よし。できたぜ。火炎瓶だ。
Oh, there's the gun. But it's the same you already have. Maybe you can use one as a trap. Oh, I see. So it wasn't called Molotov cocktail back then. The fan translation called it Molotov cocktail. To enhance attributes when drawing to your right hand. Oh, you can equip dual-wield guns, but I don't think that actually raises your attack. You lose a bit of defense for more speed. Mad Dog can equip one too. Oh, this is out of the building. An empty room again. We're not done looting the place, but let's go back to this salon so I can start placing the traps. Because that also uses up your time. No, but I think you have to say yes to start setting them up.
それじゃあみんなに材料を渡し罠を仕掛けさせてくれ。仕掛ける時間は人によって違うだろうが急がねば。
You give the NPCs traps to set up, and everybody has a different speed for how long they take. I'm pretty sure the sheriff was the fastest one. Anya and the bartender should be fast. The other woman was also reasonably fast, as I remember. And the rest is on the slower side. I put one of these bottled fires. Can you set up this as a trap? Oh, he can. I thought you have to mix it with something else. Also, we got this frying pan and you can actually set this up as a trap. The description hints you that you have to give it to a woman. I think only Annie can set this up. But as you can see, you can instead use it as an accessory, and I think that's a better use of it. Though I would have liked to see how it animates as a trap in the remake. This is very different within this game and within just any RPG. Oh, whoops.
3つ目が鳴ったよ。
頼む。
何を仕掛け
頼む。
何を仕掛
Also, I think there's no benefit to setting up more than one of the same kind of trap, so more than one character or more than one bottled fire won't make a difference. And I have to look for more items within this building.
オイルと空き瓶で時間よしできたぜ
These healing items have also been localized away. Like, I believe that originally the healing items in this chapter were bourbon, tequila, and I think cigarettes. Now, no more reference to alcohol or drugs here. Oh, hey there.
それは私の趣味でね。ジェニファーって踊り子のポスターなんですよ。女標タイプっていうのか。いい女でね。
Sexy but a little intimidating. Interesting.
譲りますよ。
And we got it.
そいつだけは勘弁してくださいよ。店の売り上げなんです。頼みますよ。
今のうちだぜ。
Annie's diary. Okay, another localization explanation. If you try to examine this locker while Annie was in the salon, so not the Buzzy set up a trap, I think she'd show up and stop you. This is not an item worth using, it's worse than his default armor. But this wasn't Annie's diary originally, it was Annie's panties. Her underwear or something like that. I think it was called Annie's nighties. Nighties. If you're fighting, it's strange that the diary is a piece of gear that you can equip. There is one item that I'm missing. There's something that only Billy can set up, but I... Oh, there it is. So you speak to him to get it. He's the only one who can set up the slingshot as a trap. Now you have to wait for them to start going back. In the meantime, I can see if I missed anything. Yeah, they kind of can, but in that case, I guess you'd equip it as an accessory, not as a body part. Now, is there anything behind the buildings? Doesn't seem like it. Hey, take this diary, that's totally not your underwear. And that gives you an achievement. So this is not gonna be a trap. The rest is ceiling items. And one we've already set up. Yes, I did give a carrot to one of the townsfolk, I think. Know what? I want to see you throwing the frying pan, so I'll sacrifice the 10 defense for that. I just hope there's enough time for you to set it up. But just in case I did forget it, here's one more. It's not gonna make a difference if it's a repeat. And now if you want to skip time, you can talk to the bartender. I think you might have gotten all of them. If not, that's still at least plenty. I wonder how many of these comps he has hidden if you keep drinking. If you want to do a challenge run of this chapter, you can just not set up any traps, just keep drinking. I think it's only Billy left now. Oh no, there's the green-haired one as well.
ぱいくれ。
いや、しかしまったく女ってやつは困ったもんでさ。
Just one more. I hope that one guy finishes it soon.
いっぱいくれ。
いや、この辺もお、戻ってきた。
Okay, that was the last one. Right. There is nobody left outside. Yeah, we just wait for this sun to rise now.
3日3晩歩き通しでようやく町にたどり着いたな、ワット。
Haven't we seen something like this before? I'm sure we did. Oh, awesome. I'm glad I gave her the frying pan.
なぜこんなところにこんなポスターが。
The dynamite looked way more brutal than in the original. Also, I did forget to set up one trap. I mean, we didn't find it because there are 2 minions left. And I think that was the rope that we missed. If it wasn't for that, we'd have done it perfectly.
行くぞ、マッド。
ああ、デュオの面を拝みにな。
私も行こう。
あんたは残ってない。
Yeah, if we had set it up, those 2 horses would have tripped on a rope and the riders would fall down. But the boss would jump over it.
負けないよね。
もちろんだ。
信じてるよ。
てめえか。パイクたちを可愛がってくれたな。
Yes, that is a Gatling gun, as you'll probably point out in a minute.
受け取ってくれ。このガトリング銃の弾をな。
He said it in Japanese, but again, I guess that wasn't worth it for the localizers. We have the boss and 2 minions because we didn't get the rope. But every minion you don't kill will be here when the fight starts. If you don't set up any traps, you have all 15 of them in the field at the same time. It's not like you fight them in waves or anything. I'd forgotten to look at what Mad Dog has for a moveset. We had those bottled fire items that we didn't use. And here's a different attack. This one is a piercing bullet. There was one occasion back in the ninja chapter where I tried to fire at the boss like this, but there was a minion in the way, so I didn't hit him. This one should go through there. Oh, I chose the wrong skill. Never mind. It was meant to be the through and through. You have to do everything you can to not stay directly diagonal with full deal like I am right now, because that's the range of his Gatling gun shots, and that will instantly kill you. He does look like a Metal Slug design. Here, this should hit them both. No, that's only him left. Oh, he missed. I'm glad he did. I thought he could tank one more attack. Nice.
聞いたことがある。第7騎兵隊はスー・シャイアンの連合軍によって全滅させられた。ただ一頭の馬を残して。
あの馬に死んでいった騎兵たちの憎しみが集まったのかしら。
かもしれんな。
I'm more shocked that he turns into a horse and the sheriff immediately says, "Oh, I know why," and starts to explain it.
いや、名も知らぬ旅の人。
喜ぶのはまだ早えぜ。キッド。俺たちの決着は
And
ま
I
だ
thought
つい
was
てねえ。
incorporate a bit of actual American history, which I am not too familiar with.
そうだな。
やめてよ、二人とも。
二人でリオを倒したのに。
口出しすんな。これは俺たち二人の問題だ。そうだろう、キッド。
ああ。
行くぜ。一つ、二つ、三つ、四つ、五つ。
We're doing this again. No, when you fight and defeat Mad Dog here, you will actually kill him this time. You won't be just leaving him like in the beginning. Unless, and you are very likely to miss this on your first time, the game lets you flee from this fight. And because you couldn't do that until this point in this chapter, it's started to notice. But we'll be doing that. So we have Spartan, and this makes a small difference in the ending. But this cutscene right now I think would play the same way, whether you had to kill him or not.
君には何とお礼を言っていいか。
おじちゃん、どうもありがとう。それから一つお願いがあるんだ。
あのバッジなら私はもういりません。
I think now where I forgot to look for traps, I think I didn't look if there was a room behind the counter in the saloon. I think I didn't go there. That might have been where the rope was.
あんたに謝らなくちゃならないことがあるんだ。本当は金なんてこれっぽっちも残ってないのさ。許してくれるかい？
金ならあったさ。人を守ることをもう一度教えられた。あんたたちに。
きっと。
そうか、彼だったのか。かつてその腕の凄さで西部にその名を轟かせた名保安官。あまりの銃の腕に決闘を挑む者が絶えず、彼の町はいつしか無法者が押し寄せることになった。そして自らの首に賞金をかけ、お尋ね者となり、死に場所を求め荒野をさすらう。きっと
おじいちゃん、きっと
He put a bounty on himself so somebody would come kill him. I think the script makes that a little confusing there. I think this was the shortest chapter so far. We will have time to start another one before the stream ends. I also like how this one works. It's something you could only have in a vignette themed game like this because it's really short. And the funny thing is, the next chapter might be even shorter, or just about the same length as this one. Oh yeah, I should have talked about that. This is a kind of running joke slash Easter egg that this game has. Every single chapter has some sort of event where you have a father and a son. The dad gets killed and the son drags his body away. You might remember it happening in the ninja chapter as well. And you had scenes that are something like this in the prehistory and the Imperial China as well. Those two chapters, I just didn't come across them. But there is a lineage of people across history in this game where the father always happens to die in front of his son and the son drags him away. Yes, you're riding Odeon. This, of course, wouldn't happen if you had killed him. I think the chapter will just end here.
あのディオさ、気性の荒いこいつと相性がいい。俺様の新しい相場にすることにしたのさ。抜けキッド。
This time you cannot run away, but it's a good chance to test my double shot. And they go on to do that for the rest of their days. Mad Dog loses like 100 forces to this Sundown Kid. On the road again. the next chapter shall be this one. Present day, or should I say about just over 3 decades ago, because this game originally came out in 94. I'll take another short break before that, so I'll see you then. Hi there. So, present day is the wrestling chapter. Synopsis. To be the world's strongest fighter, the best of the best. A dream shared by many, but one young warrior believes he truly has what it takes to claim the title. By making the skills of other masters his own, he intends to prove himself. Oops. Muay Thai, professional wrestling, lucha libre, kopo, sambo, and sumo. The most powerful techniques of those story traditions you will learn. All he needs to do is bait his opponents into revealing their secrets.
Naraba. 誰もが一度は夢見る言葉がある。世界最強の座。俺は今、戦いの旅に出る。世界の頂点に立つためあらゆる格闘技の技を身につける旅に出るのだ。だが相手も格闘の道に己の人生をかけている猛者たちだ。奥義を伝授してくれと教えを請うても誰も喜んで答えてはくれないだろう。 やはり拳を交えてみなければ。我が身をかけて相手の技を誘い出すしか手はない。戦いの中でこそ技の秘訣がつかめるはずだ。うまくいけば猛者たちの奥義を体得できるかもしれない。この俺の名が世界に轟くか、それとも。答えはこれから始まる戦いの旅路が教えてくれる。
Wow, this UI got a complete makeover. Just check the actual character first, no equipment other than what he starts with. And yeah, this is a bit like the Kung Fu chapter. So this chapter is actually not gonna have any overworld segments, so no walking around, no exploration, it's just those 6 fights. You choose the order you want to take them on. A Tovaresh of a great superpower, this special forces operator trained relentlessly in the art of assassination hand-to-hand combat. He can render even the most powerful opponents selfless by striking at their joints and other weak points with deadly precision. And up there it shows you what skills you can learn from this opponent. Arm lock and cross you hold.
Okay.
打撃など所詮は子供の喧嘩だ。私に近づけば即座にお前の関節を決めてやろう。
Bring it on. This is just explaining what the game has heavily alluded to up until now. And I really don't think these tutorials are even needed. The original didn't have them. You have to get hit by his skills on purpose to learn them. And with you choosing what order to do the stages in, this is pretty much Wrestler Mega Man. We can use this to heal a little HP and buff ourselves. Oh, I'm getting combo now. With my arms debuffed, I can't punch anymore. Nor use the technique I just learned from him. I need to heal. You mean when he says he might fall short in the end? I'm pretty sure that's not what he says in Japanese, so I'll have to double check the script later. I'm pretty sure when I played the Super Nintendo original he didn't say that. Again, this game is pretty vandalized by localizers, but that's something I think I'll just get into after I finish it. Now we have learned both of his skills, now we just have to beat him. But I am struggling to keep at high HP. The arm lock debuff didn't proc on him. Let's try again. Didn't work again. I think you'll just have to stick with your starting skills. Oh, you can use it as a counter. I have to run away again. If I could cripple his legs to make him not able to chase me, that would be a lot easier. Nice, just a dangerous amount of health. Hopefully you'll end up with comparable HP to the opponent later. I think you do earn experience from beating enemies, so you will be a little stronger by the end. In general stats, not only your moveset. Also, I was about to comment that if it's like Mega Man, then some enemies might have weakness to each other's moves, but I don't know for sure. Just one more attack should do it. Nice. Oh, no experience, so we are stuck at level 2.
You win. 私の関節技を見切るとは乾杯だよ。
Oh, you can? Is it possible to rematch? I don't think you could do that in this Super Nintendo. And if you had beaten a foe and not learned both of his skills, you'd have no chance to do it again back then. I guess this is why you can rematch this time. I recall that this one had the very best skills to learn from in the chapter. Do not underestimate this practitioner of the ancient Japanese martial art of Koppo. He has rediscovered and perfected much that was forgotten, such as his Celestial Palm, a deadly strike which can kill a fully armored man outright.
Okay. お前の行く先にはおそらく最強への道が開かれていよう。この実戦最強の武道、コッポーに勝つことができればの話だがな。
No audience this time. And he dodges my counter. I recall Celestial Palm, or Tsuda I think it was called, being the go-to move for Masaru to use. As you can see, it gives the enemy a lot of debuffs all at once. Let's see if we can give him his own debuffs. Oh, it does work. For one at least. Oh, he is weak to Lahan's skill. Good to know. Now for his other one, I think you have to be in range for him to use it, like one tile away. And we can't defeat him before we learn that. No, I think that's not the one. Just something else. One more time. Yeah, it doesn't require this position, maybe find diagonal to him. No, that's not it either. So maybe you have to be right next to him. I think the CPU is a bit stumped in there. Oh, there we go. I recall being able to stun lock some enemies with this one. Because I think it turns him around.
You win! これからはお前のような流派にとらわれぬ格闘家の時代だ。
Blessed with surpassing agility and flexibility, this young man trained in day and night, that he might transform his body into the perfect weapon and become a Muay Thai champion. Those who face him in the ring often speak of his divine right foot, with which she can deliver a blindingly fast knockout blow.
Okay. はるばる日本からご苦労なことだね。残念だけど、この僕には指一本触れられないよ。君はラッキーだよ。
He should have some longer ranged skills. That's one of them. And that's both of them, so can already go for the kill. If he doesn't kill me first. Yeah, we'll try to make it quick. I'm just worried about trying to kill him in low health, because he might be able to take me down first. I think it's safe to focus one more time. Okay, now we're good. Now what was he weak against? Cross hold is gonna be good against the folk that's all about kicking. I thought you to be more of a sore loser, but let's do this one next, and I have to point this out. his portrait was changed from the original, and that's not a localization thing, of course. It should be the same whether you're in English or Japanese language. I'll try to put up on the screen what he used to look like. Here you have it. And when you have this and the name Max Morgan, you have to wonder why he was altered. I couldn't tell you. His sprite still has the facial hair though. I mean the battle sprite. The unquestioned king of American professional wrestling has since flourished his fame to become a Hollywood star. However, he has resumed his training with a renewed passion after learning of Masaru Takahara's ambition to become the world's top fighter.
Okay. Okay, come on, boy. Max Bomber, Ichiban.
Oh, check out those bunny girls at the top. You didn't have this in the original?
Are you ready?
I think all his attack might be close range only. German suplex, that's one down. And it's a very dangerous move. Now what was the other one called? We're done with this one as well. Nice. Oh, nice. Already we have much less awkward just running away and using focus. Masaru is coming to his own. Oh, am I dead? Almost, I was getting ahead of myself. Yes, sorry, it's pretty funny because I'm pretty sure that actual American wrestling does not have bunny girls standing in the background. I've never seen them. Maybe back at the time when this game originally released. Second to last turn. In sumo, we're the most mighty and physically dominant athletes vie for supremacy. This Hawaiian wrestler was hailed as a once-in-a-generation talent, after failing to achieve his lifelong dream of becoming a yokozuna. However, he renounced the sport and resolved instead to conquer the mixed martial arts world. And yet, now that I think about it, they do have women in skimpy clothing. I just not want to use. I'm not really a pro wrestling watcher.
Okay.
実力ならジャパニーズなんかに負けるはずないね。相撲のテクニックとラフパワーで叩き潰してやるね。怪我しないうちに帰る。
Is Celestial Palm the only debuff that I have? Oh, this can paralyze. One move down. Now where do I need to stand for you to use your other one? For now I keep using Celestial Palm just to try and debuff his attack, while I don't have all of his moves yet. Is in danger now? Good, 2 moves, now I have to heal. And there is something I haven't told you yet. This one opponent has a hidden third move. But you have to get in it to a certain condition for it to use it. I believe you have to lock both his arms and his legs. You might also need him to be in a specific position of the arena, but I don't recall that for sure. You have to try to do this and not kill him before that. Oh, it already worked. I thought it would have to wait more. And I almost said, but that was Wordbreaker's Wrath. I recall this taking a lot more time to charge in the original. But this is Masaru's strongest damage skill. In a stage 4 taking a long time to charge. And another fun, bizarre fact, the Mimic Mehmet back from in the Ninja chapter learns this same skill if you level him up all the way to level 16 for some reason. Like, part of his moveset is copied from Oboro, and the rest is just a mix of skills you usually only get from offensive items, skills from enemies, and this skill from Masaru from the future. We might see it later when I do the super boss if I level him up that much. Another fun fact, the Mimic Mehmet learns a skill where he kisses the opponent and gives you a debuff. I think it's normally used by one of the female enemies in that chapter.
You win! Oh boy!
Only one left, so you will clear this chapter before the stream ends. This famed Japanese wrestler mastered the moves of the legendary luchador Ryo El Rudo. While his skills are impressive, his willingness to bend the rules and maim his opponents has led some to call in the Angel of Death.
Okay.
Well, sorry. He is very fitting for the final opponent. I left him for last because I recall him being the hardest. Frankenstein does his first move. And I think I haven't seen this debuff before. Oh, I might accidentally kill him with a counter before I can learn his other move. And I don't know what range I have to be. I think it's this one. Good, we can finish that. This was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
You win. Shit. この俺が首をかっ切られるとは。手ぬるいぜ。あの程度の雑魚に勝ち、奴らの技を得て最強になったつもりだろうが。
Yeah, there had to be a final boss, right?
俺は奴らにきっちりと刺してやったよ。とどめをな。甘っちょろいガキのナムキャット。見せかけだけのルチャ野郎。関節技だけのハム。所詮ウドの大木のイヤウケアに道家に過ぎマックス。そしてあのモリベとかいう老いぼれ。どいつも己の弱さゆえに死んでいったんだ。お前の名を残してな。倒した者の命を絶てずして真の勝利などない。俺か。俺こそが最強。オディ・オブライトだ。
てめえのやってることは格闘技じゃない。ただの殺戮だ。ナムキャットの足技、グレートエイジャの飛び技、ハンの関節技、ジャッキーの力、モーガンのパワー、モリベのじいさんの奥義が、そしてこの俺の怒りがてめえをぶっ潰す。
Oh, the Albright has killed each one of her previous opponents. Having learned everything, this shouldn't be too difficult. I recall the first time I played, I actually not learned a lot of the moves, and this was a really hard boss. I wonder if I can try to go for World Breaker's Wrath or if the charge time will be bad for me. Oh no, it charges pretty quickly in the remake. And it still doesn't deal that much to him. I recall he has a really strong technique if you stand directly diagonal to him, like with Odile. So we avoid that position. Oh, he's charging something up. Can I dodge it? Nice. That could have killed me. He's charging it again. I think this has changed from the original. Back then, if you stand diagonal to him, he uses this move that did on you that can easily kill you. This time, since you're supposed to notice when he's charging it up and move out of his range.
これから始まるのだ。本当の最強への道は、次から次へと俺のような奴が現れる。最強のためには自らの命すらいとわぬ。俺やお前のような奴らがな。それでもお前は人間でいられるかなあ。 様を倒せばこの俺が最強だ。
There's the present day wrestler chapter. As I said, it is a lot like Mega Man, more wasting one. Even though that it actually gets easier the further you progress into it, because you keep getting new skills. There's Moribe. I actually forgot to say retired when I beat him. Is it too late to say it now? And it's showing you in the order of beat them, which is a nice detail. Yeah, I think did he use his move? He does actually have a move where he bites you. Of course, you can't learn that from him. But if there is a heaven, he's probably not going to it. Also, speaking of thing, remember when I talked about the Easter egg where a father dies in each chapter? We didn't see it here, because it's pretty harder to trigger. But it happens in the fight against Great Asia. If you have in a certain position in the ring, you see somebody throw a cannon in, and he jumps out of the ring to kill the person who did it and comes back. Two chapters left, the next one shall be the near future. Now, those last couple were pretty short, but here we will be back to being like more like a traditional RPG, like the gaming chapter. It should be on the longer side. As for tomorrow, I'll see if there's anybody I'd like to raid. One VTuber who's raided me in the past is streaming right now, so I think I'll return the favor. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good night.